Ooh, a little loose. Earnhardt gets a little bit loose up there.
Wimmer led the lap.
Ooh, Wimmer a little bit loose. I think he may have got loose by the 25 car, Brian Vickers.
Junior back in front. If he holds the lead when he comes to the start-finish line, it will be the first lap he has led since Talladega and just the 6th lap led this season.
Well, Steve Mills said car works good when it's out front. We'll see if he can stay there.
10 to go.
And Kenseth and Stewart side by side back to about the 5th position. Kenseth is in front. But does he have time? I don't know that he has time enough to get to Junior.
That thing's pretty fast, VP.
Jeff Gordon treated and released at the infield care center. Kenseth and Stewart inside of Wimmer.
Just depends on how long it's going to take him to get around these other cars. But
Vickers going for the lead, trying to get under Junior off turn 4. Can't quite make it.
Wow. And we've seen how Brian Vickers drives coming to the checkered flag. Nextel All-Star Open. Marty?
Jeff Gordon's come from the infield care center, Bill. Wrong place, wrong time, Jeff.
Well, you know, Mike Bliss had a lot to do with that one. I mean, there was nowhere I could go, and you know, I'm embarrassed that we're even back there to begin with. I don't know what's going on. You know, we just been struggling really bad. It's very frustrating, and you know, when we get up to the front, hopefully that kind of stuff won't happen.
Difficult end to a tough day for Jeff Gordon.
That's what Junior's needs right there. He's got a pretty good gap right now. He's got nobody around him, so he's got all that downforce he needs.
And Kenseth goes by Jimmy Johnson in the 3rd. 8 laps to go. Junior's driving away from Vickers.
Earnhardt Jr. up front. Then Vickers, but it is Kenseth in that blue 17 on the move. 7 to go. Matt took 4 tires, as Robbie talked about. He has had the best car all day. Matt has led 176 laps.
Hey, what, Junior's standing up in the seat right now.
Well, he is. He's the fastest lap that time was run by Dale Earnhardt Jr.
And this is what we talked about earlier, being out front. That's the advantage.
Vickers knows the 17 is faster. But this helps Earnhardt. Yep.
Yeah, he's going to race him down there.
All right, Kenseth has that 2nd spot.
Yep.
And 5 laps to go the next time to try to chase down that 8 car.
And it's a racing cliche, but it's one thing to catch him and another to pass him.
That front car could get awfully wide for a lap or 2.
You think he's hungry? The guy driving that 8 car?
I think both of them are.
Earnhardt Jr. has struggled all season and has struggled really on these mile-and-a-half type tracks. His last win came in Phoenix in November last year, 20 races ago. His best finish so far this season, 3rd. Earnhardt Jr. took 2 tires under the most recent caution. Matt Kenseth in the 17 took 4.
But as Steve Mills talked about, see, the crew chiefs, when they make the decisions, they know what kind of cars they have. The 8 car, heavy downforce car, it's going to run much better out in clean air than it does back in traffic. And he's got him out in front. It looks like he was correct. The last time, Kenseth a little bit faster, about 0.2 of a second faster than Junior.
But Kenseth, when he gets back to the back of that 8 car, may lose the balance on his race car. That's going to help Junior as well. There's Jimmy Johnson going under the 25 car for the 3rd spot. Takes it from Vickers.
Go, Junior. 3.
You know Junior is driving the wheels off that thing right now. He wants this bad.
But Matt was 0.2 of a lap, 0.2 of a second faster on that last lap.
Last couple laps, he's been 0.2 of a second, but don't think he's got enough.
Earnhardt Jr. trying to go from 25th starting spot to victory lane. 2 to go.
You think he's up on the scene? What about all those Junior fans around the country that have nothing to cheer for all year long? They're sitting on the edge of the couch.
Well, they were cheering last week about 1:30 in the morning.
10, coming to the white flag. Stay focused, buddy.
Exactly. Stay focused. Don't even look in the mirror.
Jimmy Kitchens, the spotter for Dale Earnhardt Jr., telling him, be focused.
White flag in the air in Chicagoland. 1 to go. Junior was leading, and Kenseth had the fastest lap last time, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
It's going to be close, but I agree with you, Bill. I don't think he's going to be able to get him.
Down the backstretch for the final time.
Clear by 8. You're in good shape.
Exaggerated on 8, but it's enough.
Through 3 and 4, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has struggled all season, but today, the Great 8 goes back to victory lane. Earnhardt wins at Chicago.
No, he's not happy.
No, he's not bit happy. No, not happy at all.
These guys did a good job today. They worked on that car all day long. Got it right.
And if you listen to Dale Earnhardt Jr., he'll give a lot of credit to Steve Meal for bringing the 15 and the 8 teams closer together, sharing information, making the teams better. Dave Burns.
And they just told their driver, we need some donuts. It's been a long time. Steve Meal, how does this feel?
It feels great. You know, the idea 6 weeks ago was to tie every resource that Therese Earnhardt has given us and all our sponsors and General Motors and make the 8 car better. And Richie Gilmore said, that's what I want you to do. So we've gone over and done that. This car was in the wind tunnel Tuesday afternoon. It was getting a new nose put on it Wednesday. It was on the pull-down machine checking for spring rates and all that Thursday morning. Let's come up here late. Truck drivers were a little upset with me, but they'll be happy going home because they got a little bit of time now because we're going to have to tear that thing down because we won. So the idea is to take a big team and work together like Jack Roush taught me and like Rick Hendrick has showed us time and time again. That's what Teresa wants. That's what Richie wants. That's what we're going to do.
Steve Meal, he directed them to victory here. It's been 19 races since Junior has seen victory lane.
Chevrolet congratulates Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the 8 team on today's win by the Chevrolet Monte Carlo. The defending manufacturer's champion takes a win number 565 overall. Chevy, the revolution, races on.
I'll tell you what, these guys are so happy. There's been so much conversation about these guys and what's wrong.
Well, they've been so good for so long, and then when you run into a slump, the focus is on, well, what happened to you guys?
They got behind, and what they tried to do is they tried to hit a 6-run homer. And they couldn't do it. And Steve Meal came back in, took all the resources as he talked about, put them all to use. And Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the first time in 2005 is headed to victory lane if he doesn't get stuck in the grass down there.
They won't start now.
Yeah.
They don't have to push it now. Of course, they have enough people there to push it. Pushers are not a problem.
Yeah. And one NASCAR official watching them all. 9th different winner this season.
Then go left, turn it left, Junior. There you go.
And we'll take a look at the championship standings later, but as I look over here, that brings Earnhardt Jr. to 13th, 491 out of the lead. Let's go first to Matt Yoakum.
Well, a lot of guys took no tires, 2 tires. You took 4, Tony. An impressive drive trying to get up there with the 4 tires.
Yeah, if we'd have stayed down like I wanted to do, we'd have won the race. But, you know, we didn't want to take any chances. I mean, Zippy wanted to be conservative there. And, you know, it's like I told him, I said, we've had 4 top 5s in 4 weeks here, so can't complain. The guys did an awesome job this weekend. JJ subbing on Friday for us, and this whole race team getting this backup car out and getting it as good as it was today. I mean, I'm tired, but I figured I would feel a lot worse than this after the race. It was just a good enough car that it made it easy to drive today, so I'm really proud of the Some Depot team.
Another strong performance by the 20 team. Dave?
Jimmy, after tire trouble to put you laps down and then going under your hood, did you ever think you'd end up 3rd?
I knew that we could get in the top 10 if things worked out with a caution to get the lucky dog, and we had great race car, but it was just abusing the right rear tires. So throughout the race, we had to move some spring rubbers around, change the front ride height because the car was hitting the ground going in the turns, and really work on a lot of different things to try to take care of the right rear tire. We ran into some trouble. I had to pit under green, knowing that I had to baby it, but it just didn't work out. And got back out and beat up on it some more, but we kept adjusting on it and got it right. And then there at the end, you know, I had some clean air on the outside on a couple of those restarts and just bombed it around the outside and made it work. So good day's work. I'm very proud of the Lowe's team. Jack Knaus and the guys made a lot of great adjustments. Good heads-up move on pit road. We were going to go for 4 and then called 2 the last minute. So just a great day all around for the Lowe's team.
Great recovery here. Matt?
Matt, I'll take it from here, Dave. With Matt Kenseth, you tried really hard. Any comfort in knowing you had the best car here today?
Not really. Our USG Sheetrock car was awesome. That was awesome. They sponsored the race today in our car, and just you always try to be a gracious loser, but it's a tough one when you lead all day. And we had to field by 2 or 3 tenths, depending on how hard I wanted to run it, and lost it then. So just the wrong call to make it then. I can't really blame Robbie or anything like that. We did the safe thing, putting on 4 tires, and when you're a leader, you're kind of a sitting duck because a bunch of guys are going to maybe try staying out or doing 2 tires, and you almost need to keep 4 on it like you did all day. So it was. I knew that was it was going to be trouble when we had a caution with that few laps left. We just needed to go green to the end and got that quick caution. That hurt us a little bit, but overall it was a great day. Just disappointed to lose.
To a happy victory lane with Allen.
Well, last week on Bank of America Countdown to Green, Richie Gilmore, the Vice President of Motorsports for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, told us how optimistic he was and confident he felt that things were going well for the 8 team. I think there's a little proof it's going well today here in Chicago. The great 3rd place finish a week ago, and now the win here in Chicagoland today. Junior being mobbed by his team. You're a little happy. Congratulations. At what point in this race did you feel like you had a car that could get up there and contend for the win?
Well, I thought we had a top 10, maybe a top 5 car. My guys on pit road, man, won the race for me. On them pit stops, got me out front with 2 tires. I just had to get by the 22, and this is a long time coming, man. It's real emotional.
What are the emotions as you think about being back in victory lane after what this team has gone through this season?
More than I can handle right now. I mean, for these guys, man, all the darts that they've got thrown at them this year, it's just awesome. I can't explain it, man. I mean, it's just great. We're just real happy. And I'm glad I could do it on NBC.
We appreciate that. Now let me give you some further good news. You're now only 113 points behind 10th with 8 races to go to make the chase for the Nextel Cup. Your thoughts?
We'll just try to keep doing this every week and try to take care of yourself. Just real happy, man. I mean, we worked so hard. And I know we didn't have the best car today. There's no arguing that. We're not standing here saying we did, but we had a strategy at the end that put us in position to win. And good call by Steve Mill on pit road. Tony Jr. and the Napa crew helped us a lot with the setup on the front end to get the car fast. Just a lot of people to thank to get us here. My sponsors, Budweiser, everybody on board has been behind us. We've been struggling. I'm glad I got a win. I was worried I was going to go winless this year. But now let's go get another one.
All right, congratulations, Dale.
Thank you.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., winner today here in Chicagoland. Bill.
Thanks, Alan. He's tired and he's happy. And these guys are too. Steve Meal, been around this sport a long time. He has been a go-to guy for many teams. He gets DEI back to victory lane. Take a look at the unofficial results from Chicagoland this afternoon. Dale Earnhardt Jr., his first win of the season. Matt Kenseth, his best finish of 2005. And Jimmy Johnson worked his way up front. A great comeback by those guys.
Jimmy Johnson getting that lucky dog. Just imagine what would have happened if Johnson had finished back about 29th or 30th, the first car 1 lap down. Boy, that would have jumbled up the point standings.
Greg Biffle finished 11th. Rusty Wallace had a top 10, but fell to 12th.
David Stremme, 16th spot, first race in a Cup car. Good job.
And Wimmer, once he got past, fell back to 17th.
Bobby Hamilton in 21st, Jamie McMurray.
Mike Wallace, a good run in 25th. He was a lucky dog to winner one time.
Same with Kevin LePage. Ryan Newman had trouble. Jeff Burton had trouble. And everybody else you're going to see had
trouble.
Yep.
Some of these guys had a lot of trouble hitting the wall hard today. Waltrip and Sadler.
Jeff Gordon 33rd.
Blaney.
Casey Kane hit. Difficult day. Take a look at the championship standings. Halfway and 8 to go to the cutoff point and the chase for the championship.
And it is a top 10. 400 points doesn't matter anymore. Jarrett, 409 back. Carl Edwards is now out of the chase for the NASCAR Nextel Cup.
Next weekend, don't miss a weekend of NASCAR action on TNT. Saturday, it's Busch Series Racing from Loudon at 3 Eastern Time. Then Sunday, Nextel Cup Racing from Loudon, presented by Subway at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Coverage begins with the Bank of America Countdown to Green. Coming up next, except on the West Coast, Dateline NBC, followed by Law and Order, Criminal Intent, and Crossing Jordan.
Stay low, stay low.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. has struggled all season, but today, the great